How to invest your first $100 in 2026 and watch it grow. $100 sounds like too little to matter. It's not enough for a down payment, not enough to feel like real investing. And if you've spent any time on financial content online, you've probably seen people implying you need thousands of dollars and a perfect strategy before you even start. That idea is wrong, and it's worth correcting directly, because it's the single biggest reason people put off investing for years longer than they need to. Here's what this video is not going to do. It's not going to tell you AI can predict which stock will double this year. It's not going to hand you a guaranteed strategy, because no honest source can promise that with any amount of money, let alone $100. What we are going to do is walk through exactly how to think about investing a small amount of money in 2026, how AI tools genuinely fit into that process, and just as importantly where they don't, and what habits actually determine whether that $100 turns into something meaningful over time. By the end of this video, you'll understand the real relationship between small starting amounts and long-term outcomes, which AI tools are genuinely useful for a beginner investor, and which ones carry real risk, the practical mechanics of actually putting $100 to work, and the mistakes that trip up almost everyone starting with a small amount. Let's start with something that needs to be said plainly before anything else. The amount of money you start with matters far less than most people think, and the habit you build matters far more. This isn't a motivational platitude, it's simply how compounding works mechanically. A single $100 investment, left alone, grows based on whatever return the underlying investment produces, which is never guaranteed and varies significantly year to year. But $100, followed by a consistent habit of adding more, even small amounts, changes the entire trajectory, because you're not relying on one number to do all the work. You're relying on time and consistency, which are the two things every investor, regardless of how much money they start with, actually has some control over. This matters especially in 2026, because a huge amount of financial content right now is built around urgency. Invest now before it's too late. This AI stock won't stay cheap forever. Be skeptical of that framing. Long-term investing has never really been about perfect timing. It's been about starting, staying consistent, and giving your money time to work, which is a much less exciting message, but a far more honest one. Let's talk about the actual mechanics, because start investing means very little without a concrete next step. Before putting $100 into any investment, there are two questions worth answering honestly. First, do you have any high-interest debt, like credit card debt? If so, paying that down is often mathematically and practically more valuable than investing, because the interest rate on typical credit card debt tends to be higher than the realistic long-term return most investments produce. This isn't a universal rule for every kind of debt, but it's worth genuinely considering before your first $100 goes anywhere else. Second, do you have any emergency savings at all, even a small amount? If your $100 is genuinely all the money you have, and an unexpected expense would force you to sell an investment at a bad time just to cover it, that's worth thinking through carefully. Investing money you might need on short notice for an emergency isn't necessarily wrong, but it does add risk that's easy to overlook when you're excited to get started. If those two things check out, or you've thought them through, and you're still comfortable moving forward, then $100 is genuinely enough to begin. Let's talk about where that $100 can actually go, in plain terms. The most common, well-established option for a small amount of money is a broad, diversified index fund or exchange-traded fund, often through a brokerage account. These funds hold small pieces of many different companies at once, rather than betting on a single company's performance. Many brokerages today allow you to buy fractional shares, meaning your $100 can be spread across a fund holding hundreds of companies, rather than needing enough money to buy a single whole share of something expensive. This matters because diversification is one of the most consistently supported principles in investing. Putting all of a small amount of money into a single stock, especially a single AI-related stock because it's trending, concentrates your risk significantly. If that one company underperforms, your entire investment is affected. A diversified fund spreads that risk out, which doesn't eliminate the possibility of loss, but it does reduce the impact of any single company doing poorly. Now here's where AI genuinely enters this conversation, and it's worth being specific about the difference between AI as a research and education tool versus AI as an investment decision maker, because those are very different uses with very different risk levels. Where AI tools are genuinely useful for a beginner investor, helping you understand concepts you don't yet know, like the difference between a stock and a fund, or what an expense ratio actually means, helping you compare the basic features of different brokerage platforms or account types in plain language, helping you build and stick to a simple budget that frees up money to invest consistently, helping you understand a company's business model or a fund's holdings before you invest, in plain English, rather than wading through dense financial documents alone. Used this way, AI functions similarly to a patient, knowledgeable friend who can explain financial concepts without judgment and without a sales pitch. That's a genuinely valuable use of the technology, especially for someone just getting started, who might otherwise feel intimidated by financial jargon. Now, where things get riskier, using AI tools that claim to predict stock prices, automate trading decisions, or generate AI-powered investment picks with implied confidence. This is an area that deserves real caution. Financial markets are influenced by an enormous number of factors, many of them unpredictable, and no AI system, no matter how sophisticated, has a reliable, consistent track record of predicting short-term price movements. Some AI-powered trading tools exist and are used by sophisticated investors and institutions, but they typically involve significant expertise, risk management infrastructure, and capital far beyond what a beginner with $100 is working with. Marketing that implies an app can turn a small amount of money into large returns using AI predictions should be approached with real skepticism, the same skepticism you'd apply to any investment claim that sounds too good to verify. This is genuinely an area where reasonable people disagree on the future. Some researchers and industry figures believe AI-driven trading and analysis tools will meaningfully improve over the coming years and become more accessible and reliable for everyday investors. Others remain skeptical that predictive accuracy in financial markets is something AI can fundamentally solve, given how much of market movement is driven by unpredictable human behavior and unforeseen events. Nobody currently has strong, verified evidence settling this debate, and until that evidence exists, treating AI predictions as a source of certainty, rather than one more input to consider skeptically, is a mistake worth avoiding. Let's move into a broader principle that applies whether you're using AI tools or not. Understand what you're actually buying. This might be the single most overlooked piece of advice in beginner investing content. It's genuinely fine to invest in a broad, diversified fund and not think about it constantly. In fact, that's often the healthiest approach for most people. But it's worth having a basic understanding of what that fund actually holds, roughly how much risk it carries, and why you chose it, rather than picking something because an app or a video made it sound exciting. If you can't explain in 1 or 2 sentences why you're invested in something, that's worth pausing on before you add more money to it. This applies especially to anything marketed heavily around AI right now. There's a meaningful difference between investing in a broad fund that happens to include some AI-related companies as part of a diversified portfolio and putting your entire $100 into a narrow fund or single company specifically because AI is in the name or the pitch. The technology being exciting doesn't automatically make a specific investment a good one, and plenty of past technology trends have included companies that generated enormous public excitement without translating into strong long-term investment performance for people who bought in based on hype alone. Let's talk about consistency, because this is genuinely where most of the real outcome gets decided, far more than the specific $100 you start with. If you can set up a small, automatic, recurring contribution, even something modest, added consistently over months and years, that habit tends to matter more for your eventual outcome than trying to perfectly optimize your very first $100. Many brokerages and investment apps allow you to automate small recurring contributions, which removes the need to remember or feel motivated every single time. AI-powered budgeting tools can genuinely help here too, by helping you identify a realistic, sustainable amount you can commit to adding regularly without straining your everyday finances. This is also where a lot of get-rich-with-AI investing content sets people up for disappointment. It emphasizes the exciting entry point, the first $100, the clever AI tool, and skips over the much less exciting reality that meaningful investment growth typically happens over years, through consistent contributions and the effects of compounding, not through a single well-timed move. Let's talk honestly about risk, because no investing conversation is complete without it. Every investment carries some risk of loss, including broad, diversified funds. Markets go through periods of decline, sometimes significant ones, and there's no reliable way, AI-assisted or otherwise, to know in advance exactly when those periods will happen. This is precisely why the earlier point about time horizon matters so much. Money you're investing with a genuinely long time horizon, years, ideally many years, has more room to recover from downturns than money you might need soon. $100 invested with a multi-year mindset is a very different situation than $100 you're hoping to turn into more money within a few weeks or months, and the second scenario carries substantially more risk, regardless of what tools you're using. Let's bring this together into something practical you can actually act on. Step 1. Confirm you don't have pressing high-interest debt or a complete lack of emergency savings that would make investing this money now riskier than it needs to be. Step 2. Choose a reputable, regulated brokerage platform and look specifically at broad, diversified, low-cost index funds or ETFs rather than individual stocks or narrow, trend-based funds, especially for your very first investment. Step 3. Use AI tools to help you understand what you're buying, compare basic options in plain language, and build a realistic budget that supports consistent future contributions, not to predict what will go up. Step 4. Set up automatic recurring contributions, even small ones, so your outcome depends on a sustained habit rather than a single $100 decision. Step 5. Revisit your understanding periodically, not obsessively, checking in occasionally to make sure you still understand what you own and why, without checking prices daily in a way that encourages impulsive decisions. It's worth being direct here. None of this is a personalized recommendation to buy any specific investment, and nothing in this video should be treated as a guarantee of any outcome. Individual circumstances, including your income, debt, goals, and risk tolerance, vary enormously, and a framework like this is meant to help you think clearly, not to replace genuine financial planning suited to your specific situation. Now let's talk about the limitations honestly, because this topic deserves real balance, not just encouragement. First, $100, even invested consistently and wisely, is not going to produce dramatic, life-changing results quickly. This video is about starting sound habits and understanding the tools available, not about turning a small amount into significant wealth on a short timeline. Content that implies otherwise, AI-related or not, should be viewed skeptically. Second, AI tools used for financial research and education are genuinely helpful, but they can also make mistakes, present outdated information, or lack important context about your specific situation. Treat AI-generated financial explanations as a helpful starting point for understanding a concept, not as a final, authoritative source, especially for anything involving tax implications or your specific account type, where a genuine professional or the platform's own official documentation is more reliable. Third, for some people, especially those with more complex financial situations, significant debt, or specific goals like buying a home in the near term, the right first move may not be investing at all. This video presents a general framework for a common starting scenario, not a universal answer for every financial situation. Fourth, this remains a genuinely evolving area. AI-powered financial tools are improving quickly, and it's entirely possible that more reliable, more sophisticated tools will exist even a year or two from now than exist today. At the same time, it's equally possible that some of today's AI-powered financial products don't hold up well over time, the way plenty of financial technology trends haven't in the past. We simply don't have enough long-term data yet to know for certain how today's AI investing tools will perform over a full market cycle. So here's the honest takeaway. $100 is a completely reasonable place to start investing in 2026. Not because of some special AI-powered trick, but because starting, understanding what you own, and building a consistent habit matter far more than the size of your first contribution. AI genuinely has a role to play here, mainly as a tool for understanding and planning, not as a crystal ball for predicting returns. The excitement around AI and investing is understandable, but the fundamentals underneath it haven't actually changed. Time, consistency, diversification, and honest expectations are still what determine most people's long-term outcomes, regardless of which decade or which technology happens to be trending. If this gave you a clearer, more honest starting point than most of what's out there on this topic, a like helps this channel keep making grounded financial content instead of hype. Subscribing means you'll catch our next video, where we go deeper into comparing specific types of beginner-friendly investment accounts. And if you've already started investing with a small amount, or you're about to, we genuinely like to hear what that first step looked like for you in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.